Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Well, let's welcome to the news instead, okay? The Ione train depot was saved by an emergency $45,000 loan from the Jackson Rancheria at Willow Creek. A man was arrested Monday for shooting his brother in the head and assaulting a deputy. Ione Police Chief Michael Johnson was offered the Chief of Police position in Anderson last week, and that City Council approved his contract Tuesday. And Amador supervisors encourage use of coast-to-coast drug discount cards to help local senior programs. And Ione City Council on Tuesday appointed a 10-member committee to assist in screening city manager applicants. In the second half of the news, I'll be speaking with Amador Water Agency General Manager Gene Mancebo about issues in the Lake Comanche Village water service area. So stay with me. I'm Tom Slivick. We'll be right back after this break. Hi everyone, I'm Tom Slivick and welcome back. Ione City Manager heard Monday an 11th hour loan from the Jackson Rancheria Band of Miwok Indians will save the Ione train depot from demolition. Ione Interim City Manager Jeff Butzoff said the Jackson Rancheria offered us an interest-free one-year loan of $45,000 to be able to get an extension from Union Pacific on a 2-year agreement that ends Thursday, May 3rd. Butzoff said funding that was applied for on our behalf by the Amador Historical Society, who will help undertake the abatement of lead and asbestos at the city-owned Ione train depot. He said most of the abatement will happen after it has been relocated to the city-owned corporation yard nearby. After the move, the depot will still be close to the railroad tracks, and the city will be better able to create the committee to refurbish the train depot. It will be an ongoing project to renovate and restore the depot and remove contaminants. Butzoff said we're finally here. It's the 11th hour, but the city made it. The city was awaiting the results of an application for the funding from the Jackson Rancheria. He said they really appreciate the Historical Society and especially its president, Thornton Consolio, and Jackson Rancheria, which really fast-tracked this funding for us. The city manager will present evidence to the Union Pacific and is currently working on the timeline and work plan that will be given to Union Pacific as part of the means of extending the agreement to avoid Union Pacific undertaking the abatement of the property that it owns by demolishing the depot and billing Ione for the work. Butzoff is putting together a timeline to justify the extension, and the presentation must be made by Thursday. He said that it's close and it's agonizing, but we kept at it, and Consolio gave it a shot, and it worked. The city has been working with Union Pacific's office in Omaha, Nebraska, and Butzoff said Wednesday he will be notifying them as soon as we finalize some things today. Last fall, Consolio brought the issue to the city's attention. He pledged in March as part of the Ione Train Station Salvation Committee to help with saving it, and Consolio has donated labor and material, and other groups have committed to help. A Willow Creek man was arrested Monday, April 30th, for shooting his brother in the head, assaulting a deputy, and other charges. Richard Bryan Cotterell, 53, was charged with assault with a deadly weapon, neglected discharge of a firearm into an inhabited dwelling, being a felon in possession of a firearm and ammunition, and battery on a police officer. Amador County Sheriff's Department reported receiving a 911 call at 5:48 Monday from a residence in the 15,000 block of Muller Road in Willow Creek. The caller said 43-year-old male had been shot in the head by his brother. The caller reported the suspect may be within the garage of the residence or may have fled the area. Deputies responded and stopped 2 vehicles arriving at the scene, detaining 5 people associated with the vehicle. While detaining the subjects, 3 people exited the residence, including the victim. The victim had a gunshot wound on his left side of his head, to which he was applying pressure with a cloth. The victim said his brother had shot him through the wall while he was on his bed, and the victim was moved to a safe location, treated by American Legion ambulance and Amador Fire Protection District personnel, and transported by helicopter to Sutter Roseville Hospital. He was in stable condition Tuesday. The owner of the residence believed the suspect, Cotterell, was in the garage and may have committed suicide based on hearing additional shots fired in the garage. As he was interviewed regarding the residential floor plan, Cotterell exited the garage armed with a rifle. Deputies ordered Cotterell to put down the rifle, an order which he complied. And Cotterell complied with some orders and was openly defiant with others. He was detained without further incident, and Amador Sheriff's detectives determined that just prior to the shooting, Cotterell had been arguing with his father regarding another relative. Cotterell then entered the garage where he resides, acquired a small caliber rifle, and fired multiple times through the wall into his brother's bedroom. Cotterell did make statements indicating he had fired the rifle. A search of Cotterell revealed additional ammunition for the rifle in his pocket. Cotterell was subsequently transported to Sutter Amador Hospital for medical clearance prior to booking. While at the hospital, Cotterell was able to twist on the gurney and kick the deputy sheriff on the right side of the face. The deputy was uninjured after being medically cleared. Cotterell was booked into the Amador County Jail with bail set at $250,000. Ione Police Chief Michael L. Johnson has been offered the position of Chief of Police for the City of Anderson and Shasta County, though Ione officials have not made an announcement. Anderson City Manager Jeff Kaiser said Anderson City Council on Tuesday approved a 3-year contract with Johnson effective May 29th, pending results of a background check, medical exam, and related testing. Kaiser said Anderson is excited to have Johnson coming to work for them, and it had been without a permanent chief for a long time. Anderson Interim City Manager John Blacklock announced last week that he offered the position to Johnson. Blacklock, in a report Monday to Anderson Council, said he selected Johnson to become the next chief of police for the city of Anderson. He said, "I've offered him a conditional offer of employment pending council approval of an employment contract." He said Johnson will bring valuable experience and strong leadership ability to the City of Anderson Police Department, and his capability for this position was recognized by all involved in the interview process. Ione Interim City Manager Jeff Butzoff said it's a personnel issue, and as such, inherently confidential. He said there was no public announcement as yet. Johnson did not return an email seeking comment, and Butzoff said a police chief selection must run the proper course of city council business, and he anticipated that information will be forthcoming in the near future. Anderson City Council approved a 3-year agreement in which Johnson would take the position effective May 29th. Johnson was among 19 applicants. The agreement would pay $110,000 a year, and Johnson was among 6 finalists who were interviewed by a community panel, then city officials, including Kaiser, who was appointed the new Anderson City Manager Tuesday in the same meeting. And the council also reportedly ate a cake decorated in the shape of the city's proposed new $6 million traffic roundabout. And Amador County supervisors this week urged local groups to encourage enrollment in the Coast to Coast prescription card program, which gives a discount on drugs for people or animals and also sends a portion of the money to the county. Supervisor John Pless said supervisors this year split proceeds from the prescription cards between Common Ground Senior Services and Lifeline Notification Program for seniors with medical needs. Pless said the group should work to get more of the Coast to Coast cards out there because the more money they are used, the more money that comes in, and the cards are available at most pharmacies in Amador County. For toll-free help in locating pharmacies that carry the cards, call 1-888-886-5822 or member services at 1-800-8931-8872. Ione City Council on Tuesday appointed a 10-member committee to assist in screening the 106 applications that the city has received from people interested in the city manager position. Interim City Manager Jeff Butzoff said each council member brought 2 names to be added to the committee, which will assist the city council members, the city manager, and the city attorney in screening the applications. The application period closed Friday, April 27th. Butzoff said each council member brought up 2 names which they submitted to be members of the 17-person committee to help screening by the City Council itself, Butzoff, and the City Attorney, James Maynard. Each of the submitted names was placed on the committee, which meets for the first time Monday, May 7th, behind closed doors. Mayor Ron Smiley submitted City Clerk Janice Traverso and Mike Finch to be on the screening committee. Vice Mayor Daniel Epperson nominated Sue Priest and Josh Hansen. Councilwoman Andrea Bonham appointed Gary Thomas and Lori Lord. Councilman Lloyd Oneto named Jim Nevin and Esther Bowles. And Councilman David Plank chose Bill Thury and Skip Schoffel. The first meeting is 5 p.m. Monday, May 7th, and Butzoff said the meetings are confidential because they're personnel decisions and the applicants' names and other information must be kept confidential. The council will meet in sessions closed to the public. The council members were pretty much in concurrence with the appointees, and the names were respectively placed on the committee. Butzoff said there is a diversity in the Ione community, and that diversity is represented on the screening committee. The committee will carry out initial screening processes of 106 applications the city received. Butzoff said, and got the number down to a more manageable list of candidates. He said, given where Ione is at this point, he thought it was important to get the public more involved so they consider different points of view and perspectives. Butzoff recommended the larger size of the committee because he thought the council needed to engage the community right at the onset of the selection process. Also Tuesday, city wastewater engineers Windsor and Kelly reported that sampling of the percolation ponds will be carried out and completed by Friday. Butzoff said the state approved the company's sampling plans. Windsor and Kelly's Mary Grace Pawson, who also reported a minor modification on the scope of work to put focus on analysis of alternative and strategies to include a look at having land disposal as part of the wastewater treatment plant. Butzoff said the change in scope did not change the cost of the work. And let's take a quick look at our weather. It's overcast out there today with a 30% chance of rain, high 66, low 48, winds west 5 to 8 miles an hour on Friday, mostly sunny with a high of 63, low of 44, winds out of the west 4 to 7 miles an hour. And on Saturday, sunny, high 47 with a low of 49. And our air quality index report, ozone levels are good today at 47 and good on Friday at 49. If it's a burn day, you can burn, but give them a call. Make sure it's permissible, 223-6246. When I come back, we'll be talking with Gene Mancebo. Stay with us right here on TSPN.